Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Well, I have two items to show you from Emax. This is brand new on the market. These are the HD Transport 2 HD0 FPV goggles. That is a mouthful. And of course we have the Hawk Apex. This has been out for a little while, but this is HD0 as well. So I'm going to show you both in this video. Now let me move these boxes out of the way, and behind them I have the products. If I drop everything on the ground here, so these would be your Transport 2 HD0 goggles, brand new, very affordable. And this would be the Emax Hawk Apex 5-inch 6S HD0 race quad. And if you don't want the 5-inch, it does come in a 3.5-inch as well. Its purpose in life is to go really fast and be under 250 grams. And it does go really fast, and it is under 250 grams. But with all that said, the whole reason this video exists today is because of these Transport 2 HD0 goggles. If you're in the FPV hobby, you know that DJI was pretty much the first to come out with consumer digital goggles that were really good, which took us from the analog days of black and white TV with rabbit ears all the way up to high definition television. Then other companies came along to try to make digital versions that were much less costly, and one of them was HD0. Now as we roll into the year 2023, HD0 is becoming more and more prevalent in the FPV hobby because it's very inexpensive. It's probably one of the most inexpensive digital forms on the market. And the reason this is a big deal is because Emax has jumped into the foray and they've made very inexpensive goggles, because these are box goggles. Box goggles have one screen in the front, they fit over your face, and you see a big image like you're in a movie theater. Much more expensive goggles will have two screens, one for this eye and one for this eye. These are not those type of goggles. That's why these are inexpensive. Now I've had these for a while and I wanted to take our little quad and these out and do a lot of flying, but check out the weather. This is what's been happening in my area. Yes, we have snow and snowstorms, and then when it's not snowstorms, it's very, very cold and it's not conducive to flying this outside. A second problem is, look what I wear on my head, glasses. And as you know, if you watch any of my videos, box goggles never fit over glasses unless they're really big box goggles. Now these HD0 transporter goggles try to get around that by doing this. You ready? Check out the goggles. Brink. Can I do it? Yes, there we go. You can pull them out so you can get them to go quite far. Oh, I can still go farther. You just have to push in the sides and pull up. So now what it does is it pulls the image farther away from your head. So if you're somebody like me who's farsighted, you can only see things far away. When you pull these out, then things should become clear. Unfortunately, I'm almost half blind, so this doesn't help at all. But let it be known, if you're somebody with a slight prescription of farsightedness, these will be perfectly clear on your eyes. And that's what you want, because they're digital. So you're going to see a beautiful HD image. So now many of you who do not wear contacts and wear glasses and have a prescription are going, oh, I can't use these, but you can, because watch this. Doink! Yes, the screen comes right off. So what you end up with is a screen that you can place on a tripod very simply, as I'm doing here. This is how I used it for this review. You'll see it in this review. I just spun it on a tripod. There we go. I put this down, stick it someplace, put a sunshade over it if it's sunny, and then you stare at that while you're flying. It's too easy. Or if you want, say you've been following my channel and you saw other Emax products, well then you know that they make this radio, and this radio comes with the tripod mount here so that you can fly a drone using this mount up here and look at it while you're flying. So that's an option too. So now if you're thinking of buying this piece of kit, let me do a quick walk around and tell you the physical features so you know what you're getting. So first off, right on the back, you can see right here, there's a fan, a cooling system. On the very back, you have 4 buttons. So you have a power button on this side, so you turn it on. You also have an OK button, which is kind of like an enter button. So when you select something, you press OK. And then on the other side, you have a menu button and as well as an up and down button. So you can scroll through channels. So on the very top, you have options for firmware updates and different configurations, which I haven't used. Then below that, you have a spot for a micro SD card, which I have one in here, and it does record at 720p, I believe it is. So it's HD and 720p. On the other side is your charge port. If you charge this up fully, you get 1 hour of runtime, because you can see it's pretty thin. You're not going to fit a super big battery in there, but I do have the battery size. What is it? 2200 milliamp hours. So it's quite large for this size of unit. But the cool thing is that USB-C also acts as an external power input. So if you have a power supply and you strap it to the back, then you can get it running all day if you want. If you're wondering about the screen, it's a 4.25-inch screen and it is 720 x 1080 resolution. Okay, really quick, I just want to show you this now. I've powered on this quad and I'm going to hit the power button in the back here. So this will power on the goggles and you'll see they'll search for the channel that the quad is sending out really quick. Let me bring that close. Hopefully it focuses and you can see. Then we'll see what the quad is seeing. Oop. There we go. So it searched for the channel and there's my head right there. I know there's a lot of glare in this room, so I might have it out of focus. There we go. Hopefully that's focusing on my head. That is your HD image that you get. If you had these on your eyeballs, that image would look massively clear, really good resolution. And I have mine set up so as soon as it gets a signal, it starts recording, because I always forget to hit the record button. So right now it's recording up in the top right. You probably can't see it, but there's a big red circle, and that means the record is on. And it tells you all the information you need to know right on the screen. Hopefully that's been in focus every time I bring it close. But anyways, I think it's pretty decent. So the next thing I want to show you is the interface and the menu system and everything this can do. So check this out. Let's get started by powering on our unit. This is how long it takes to start up and receive a signal from your drone. It will scan pretty fast for a signal and then give you the display from your drone. Now to get into the menu, you just hold down the menu button and then the menu options are displayed. You see me tapping the screen here just to show you that it is not a touchscreen display. First option allows you to scan for channels manually. Next is the menu to play back all your recorded videos. Following this, you have your format the micro SD card options, followed by the option to turn on auto record each time the drone powers up. Next, you can select the recorded file type. You can also select to have the on-screen display data recorded in your image. Here you can have the goggles auto scan for the signal from your drone each time they're powered on. And finally, this will tell you the current firmware in use. Now let me tell you all about the Hawk Apex, and then I'll get back to the goggles and the Hawk Apex together. So right now, really quick, this is the one I have here. This is 6S. It is the 5-inch version because that's what I wanted. It is ELRS because ELRS is what I have a lot of radios and transmitters, so that's the easiest way to connect it. The only other option if I didn't get ELRS was I would have to put a receiver in it myself. I could put any type of receiver, Crossfire, FR Sky. As mentioned, it does come in a 3.5-inch version. All of those versions are under 250 grams. Of course, if you put big batteries on the bottom, you're going to jump over 250 grams. It is all made out of carbon fiber, and the top portion can hold a camera if you wish. If I look at the spec sheet, it says it has a 25 amp 4-in-1 ESC. The camera up front, if I look at the bottom, it's a Runcam Nano, so at HD0, quality. It says the motors, even though I can't read them because my eyesight is terrible, are supposed to be for the 6S. They're supposed to be 1600 kV motors. It's a 5-inch, so that means the blades are 5-inch. UFL antenna at the back, this tiny little thing. And of course the flight controller, since it is modern technology, is an F7 flight controller. Now really quick, since Emax sent me this drone and these goggles, the first thing I wanted to do was try out this drone, or quad. I come from the old days, we called them quads. Today everybody calls it a drone, so I keep saying the word drone. Either case, so I took it out and I tried my normal hover test to see how good it is, and well, check this out. I will say it's really cold out here today. It's like minus 10 degrees Celsius and there's a wind, so it's even colder. I'll put what that is in Fahrenheit up here. It's really cold. A lot of you are going to want to buy this HD0 quad because this is a race quad. It's all designed for racing and cornering. That's why it's got that really cool slim design to it and everything. So I've got a little 6S battery on it. I'm going to do a hover test here because I know a lot of you will want to know how does it hover, because I always do my hover test. So I'm going to do it right now really fast. Here we go. I tell you, the wind is blowing. The Mini 3 Pro, which I have circling me right now, is just bouncing all over the place in the wind. Hopefully it's got me in recording. It's a very cold morning. Okay, so I've got gloves on. I don't usually fly FPV drones with gloves on, but I'm going to give it a shot here because I have no choice. I'll wait till the drone comes around, the Mini 3, and then I'll take it up. I'm going to fly it in angle mode because it's so cold.
Flight mode horizon.
There we go.
Flight mode angle.
Okay, here we go. Hopefully you can see me, and you can see the little quad down there. The wind is blowing right at my face, so the quad might go up and right in my face. Here we go. With gloves on. Yep, coming right at me with the wind, but look at this. This is a race quad. It's designed for speed. Everything about it just screams speed. And yeah, look at this. I'm flying here with gloves on, which I don't like flying FPV drones with, but it hovers. It's very level. I will say that, and I'm keeping it in the wind, and it's doing well. This would be a screamer drone for flying around here. I'll bring it over to the little camera over there.
my little pro camera. That's probably a little too close. Sorry about that. And like I always like to do, I'll bring it over to the Mini 3 Pro and try not to smash it out of the air. Where are you, Mini 3 Pro? There we go. I don't have the sun in my eyes today, which is nice. There we go, Mini 3 Pro. Meet your new friend. I'd like you to meet my little friend. Hopefully the camera's picking that up as I'm bouncing around. All right, so I'm gonna put it down over, not over there. I'm gonna put it over here. Just gotta find the, whoa, arm switch. There we go. I'm frozen. I can't even find the arm switch. But there we go. All right, next thing I wanna do is take it for a flight. Using the HD0 goggles, but oh, my Mini 3 is running away on me. But I can't obviously put the goggles on because I wear glasses and they don't fit. So I'm going to put the little monitor in front of me and fly it off that. We'll see how it goes.
Next, since it was a really cold day, there was no way I was going to stand outside and fly this, staring into these goggles. So I put these goggles on a tripod and I sat inside my Jeep and I had my spotters. Here's my spotters right here. They were driving RC cars all over the place. And I sat inside my Jeep and flew this around. Now, because I had the spotters out there and because I've never ever flown staring at a screen, I've always had FPV goggles on. I was kind of worried because these blades are spinning blades of death. So I left it in angle mode so it would just hover nicely. So what you're going to see here is not full race mode. This is just angle mode, but it's me trying it out to see if I can actually fly looking at this. And I could fly, but it was such a dull, cold day that I didn't fly for very long. So here, watch this. So that's my video feed here out of the front of the camera. That's coming back at HD0. We're all set to go. I'm gonna fly it just like this from inside the car. I have my spotters outside, so we're all good. I'm gonna keep it close and I'm gonna fly first off in angle mode because I've never flown from inside a car looking at a monitor before. Angle mode. Motor spinning, and this is interesting. So I have to look at the screen while I fly. It's very different for someone like me who's used to flying with FPV goggles. But here I am flying. And there's the trees. And I just go up a little bit higher over the trees. I guess I should stay high up in the air. Then I'm fine. There we go. Now I can fly around. I'm just going to stay close to me because I have to go find this if I crash it. And I'm not used to flying like this. And my glasses are kind of fogging up. But that's okay. So you can do this, guys. Now I can honestly tell you from this experience, I do not like flying an FPV drone from sitting inside my Jeep because I lose awareness as to where the drone is. So for that reason, I hopped out of my Jeep, kept on flying it, and brought it back for a landing. Now I have tested out the Hawk Apex in acro mode while staring at the screen. You can see here we had snow on the ground when I did this. Unfortunately, I forgot to turn on the auto record, so I have no video to show you, but I will say with a 1000 milliamp hour LiPo 6S battery, it flies extremely well and extremely fast, and it corners on a dime. And the next thing to show you is what comes in the box for both of these items. So here, check this out. Here we have the box for the Hawk Apex, and here we have the box for the Transporter 2 HD0 goggles. Opening the box for the Hawk Apex, you'll find the drone and accessories. You receive product cards as well as 6 props. You'll need 4 of them for the drone. The Hawk Apex is fully assembled and has a nice solid feel in the hands. Total weight without a battery of any type is 184 grams. Next, we'll take a look at the Transporter 2 HD0 goggles. The goggles arrived well packaged, charged, and ready to use. The only thing you have to do is attach the 2 antennas. Accessories include a USB charge cable, a firmware update cable, product cards, and a user manual. Alright, so there you have it. Hopefully this video wasn't too long. It was to mostly show you the HD0 technology that Emax has embraced. So they're bringing you the HD0 technology in their quad, in their goggles now, their transporter goggles, so that you can have an experience at a very low price. I think these are probably the least expensive goggles on the market that have HD0 in them. So if you want to get into digital FPV at a low cost, then check these out. So what I'll do is I'll put links below to the goggles and also to this here quad, the 5-inch version and the 3.5-inch version, and you can see if any of this is something you would be interested in getting. Now, I'm sure I probably didn't cover everything you need to know about these products or even the FPV hobby to use them, so by all means, if you still have questions after watching this video, post them below and I will get back to you with an answer. I'm pretty quick at getting back with answers, so don't worry about it. I'll give you an answer. And with all that said, I say thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and I'll catch you in a future video with new product reviews. Until then, I say bye.